Let's do some function exercises in C++. Here is the first question. Write a function that calculates the serial addition value of 1, 2, 3, and x when x value is entered. Let's start with coding. I'm starting with a base C++ main function, getting the x value from input. Defining the serial sum function. I'm iterating from 1 to x and sum the values. And I am printing the output. There is another method to calculate the serial sum. From the math definition of serial sum, we can calculate with order of 1 complexity. I am printing the output of the formula function also. Right click and run the code. And here we get the same outputs. The second question is about generating random numbers. We will generate random numbers between two numbers entered from the keyboard. Define start and end variables. Prompt user to enter values for them. Call the function getRandomValue and pass the parameters. And print the output. Implement the function above the main function. I'm using the system time as a seed value to seed srand function to get really random values. We need to include the related library here. To get the random number between start and end, we use the modulo operator. Yes, it's working. Let's move on to the next question. Write a function that prints only the last letters of the words in a given sentence. For example, when we typed "here we go," the output should be EEO. Include string library. Define sentence variable and prompt the user to enter the input. Use getLine function to get the sentence with its empty chars. Call the function and print the output. Iterate over characters until we encounter a null terminator or end of line char. Whenever we detect an empty char, that means the previous character is the end of the previous word. Because the loop terminates without adding the last letter of the sentence, we need to do it after the loop ends. Yes, it's working. Let's continue. The fourth question is about modifying a string. Replace vowels in a sentence with asterisk character. Here is an example input and output. Define sentence variable and prompt user to enter value. Call the function passing the sentence string. And finally print the output. Define the function above the main function. Iterate over the string until the end of it. Call a helper is vowel function, and if it is true, replace the character with an asterisk. Implement the isVowel function here. Check if the given letter parameter is one of the vowels and return true. The output is not correct. Let's see what is the problem. There is a tricky point here. It is the difference of pass by value and pass by reference. When we pass the parameters as value, the original one is not modified. We need to pass the reference of it. Yes, it is working now. Here is another example. These two functions do the same modification on the passed parameters, but only the pass by reference modifies the original one. Same example with integer type. Okay, let's move on. In the last question, we will practice recursion. Write a recursive function to generate the nth term in the Fibonacci sequence. Here is the definition of the Fibonacci sequence. Fn equals Fn-1 plus Fn-2. Prompt user to get the value of n. Call the Fibonacci function and print the result. Let's implement the Fibonacci function here. From the definition, we need to sum Fibonacci n-1 and Fibonacci n-2. And we need to put a termination condition here. From the definition, if n is less than 1, we should return the n. Let's run with different n values and see the results. Yes, it's working. Done. Thank you for watching. See you on next video.